Hey, what is up everybody? Today I am making this completely delicious apple barbecue rub. You can use this on chicken, turkey, or whatever your little heart desires. Hey, let's rock it out. So here I have a loosely measured half of a cup of freeze-dried apples, and they look like this. You can buy these in the dried fruit section, like where the raisins and that kind of thing are, of your grocery store. I'm adding these into my mortar and pestle, and I'm just going to pound them into a powder. This is looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and set it over to the side, and let's mix our spices. So I do have quite a few spices here, but I just wanted to go over each one so that you can make your own adjustments for your own taste. So here I have some chili powder. I have 3 tablespoons, and that is a nice earthiness. I also have a teaspoon of sweet paprika, which again, that's going to give earthiness and just more depth to the chili flavor. Some smoked paprika, obviously, to bring a little bit of smokiness. Here I have 1 tablespoon of garlic powder along with 2 teaspoons of onion powder. These two are pretty self-explanatory. I think we're all familiar with them, but the onion powder kind of helps bring everything together too, so it has its own little job there. We have 1 teaspoon of the turmeric, and again, the earthiness of this is just really nice with the apples. Here I have a tablespoon of dried basil, and this has like the teeniest, tiniest, slightest bit of mintiness to it, but it's just going to give like a nice little freshness going along with all that earthiness that we have going on. Here I have a teaspoon of cumin because for me it belongs in barbecue sauce. Y'all know how much I love cumin. And what I have here is Birdseye pepper. So I had got this recently to do my peri-peri chicken. If you happen to miss that one, go back and check it out because it's really, really good. But let me tell you what, this stuff is hot, 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 hot. That is why I'm only using a 1/4 teaspoon. If you don't happen to have this, cayenne is a really, really good substitute. I would use more cayenne though, probably, I don't know, 3/4 teaspoon versus this. They both have a nice fruitiness to them and a little bit of earthiness, so they're going to blend right in here. Here I have 2 teaspoons of freshly ground black pepper. And then I have these spices also. So this is what I typically put into my apple pie spice. If you happen to have already mixed my apple pie spice recipe, then you're going to need 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of the mix. If you haven't mixed it, for this recipe, it's going to be something like 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1½ teaspoons of nutmeg, 3/4 teaspoon of cardamom, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and 1½ teaspoons of mace. We are almost done. Alright, let's put together our rub. Here I have my apples that I just pounded up. You want to get these into as much of a powder as possible. It's a little bit humid here in the desert today, so they're kind of clumping up a little bit, but I'm not going to get too hung up on it. Obviously, all of the spices that we just went over are going in. I'm also adding 1/4 cup of kosher salt and 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar. Stir this up and store it in an airtight container for up to 6 months. I will be using this on my apple pie barbecue chicken. It is going to be absolutely fantastic, so make sure you check out that recipe. I also want to give a shout out to bearmountainbarbecue.com, which is where I got the inspiration for this delicious apple pie barbecue rub. And yeah, hey, I will see you guys in the next video. Happy cooking, everyone!